Okay guys, it's due out tomorrow. It's the Arrma Limitless Speed Bash Roller. Arrma have listened to what their public are demanding, if you like, and come out with their own speedrun car. Now this does have some similarities to the Arrma Infraction. I've just put a video up covering the new Arrma Infraction, so do check that out after this one, or vice versa. Hopefully you're checking this one out after you've checked out the Infraction one. Anyway guys, Arrma Limitless. I did wonder this morning whether Limitless name was going to mean they were going to put it out as a roller, meaning the only limit on the car is the electrics that you're going to put in it. And it's got some similarities, I will say, to the Arrma Infraction car, although they look completely different. There are some mechanical similarities. Let's just quickly flick through shots of the car. Now, that does look a bit like what you might expect an F1 or IndyCar to look like if they ever go fully enclosed. The one thing I would notice on there, guys, just check out the front wing to keep this thing bolted to the floor on here. As I say, it is similar in nature to the layout of the Arrma Infraction car. Very different to the others in the range, yet there's some commonality of parts and things like the shocks, the diffs, the sliding gear mechanism, etc. But the key thing being, guys, note where the motor isn't. Because this is a roller, but what I mean is the motor isn't at the back, it's at the front. This is front mounted on there. I guess this is done on this car as much as anything to help keep the weight forwards, so there's less tendency for the car to lift at high speed. Batteries layout configuration is new and it's far better to my mind. They're sitting at either side of the chassis, which is going to mean the thing has got a much better balance. I hope that makes sense there, guys. As I say, you've got some commonality of parts on here, but overall these cars are very different from what has come before them. As I say, anyway, scanning on down, there are quite a few videos on the site which demonstrate the car, but I'll leave you to watch those in your own time. Going to get down to the core features now. And if you look at the video I did earlier of the Arrma Infraction, you will see that same low chassis on the car. The thing that's missing on this, obviously, is the complete lack of electrics on the car. So I'm guessing we've got some fairly common parts between them, but this is quite a new platform overall, particularly the chassis and especially those wheels and tyres. Now, seeing the picture with the images with sparks on it there, guys. Well, guys, if anyone wondered how Arrma made the sparks in the teaser video, titanium screws in the underside of the back of the car. I went straight to this, guys, as I thought that's one thing people would like to see. I do wonder how well that will go down in California in the middle of wildfire season, but highly entertaining. I'm sure that is going to be nonetheless, particularly running this thing at night at speed, guys. Okay, guys, another big change, big difference on the cars here. For the first time, we're seeing Arrma with a centrally mounted spool on here. So we've got two diffs, front and rear, and a spool on the Arrma Limitless. That is very, very different to anything that's gone before, but very familiar to anybody that's converted something like an Arrma Typhon or Arrma Italian to a speedrun car. One of the first things you do is fit a spool, so Arrma have obviously listened to what people have been doing. Now, that front splitter, aerodynamic nose cone with front wing and splitter. I can see people buying this body and trying to make it fit to their existing Arrma speedrun cars, because that's going to help keep the front of this thing glued to the ground for sure. Big bore shocks, comes without saying. Rear diffuser adjustable with interchangeable inserts included. Now that's the same on the Arrma Infraction, so I'm guessing that's a commonality of parts. Larger in life, larger battery trays. So the main thing being on here, guys, not only are they larger, but it's that weight distribution either side of the chassis, particularly on Arrma Infraction, which will be drift better at speed. It's going to help with the stability on the Arrma Limitless. This is where the cars do differ, or slightly. I'm thinking we might have the same tyre on there, but this is most definitely a speedrun wheel, whereas the Arrma Infraction has more got a Hoonigan type wheel to it. And the cars do have this same fully integrated aero tray that they share between them on here, guys. And as I say, sliding motor mount, so we've got some commonality of parts with other cars in the range, but overall a very, very different platform on here. As I say, endless videos to play the car on here. Not surprised it's doing burnouts and shredding itself, because the Arrma Infraction car is very much in the style of Ken Block's Hoonigan truck, if anybody's not seen that. So, aero chassis, custom made tunable rear diffuser insert, so you can play around with it for handling at speed. I'm guessing 100mm hot and sticky rubber speed belt. They're belted tyres, noticed on these guys. So I should have said that on the Infraction video I did earlier. They are belted tyres on the Arrma Infraction as well. Open wheel for open road, single seater stuff, yeah. Trim to perfection there. Tune your wings aerodynamic stability for how you want it. Guess because that tuning is maybe going to involve cutting little bits out of the top wing there. Low drag, top speed. Front wing pieces can be removed to reduce drag when you're on the top speed attack. Although there's a lot to be said for keeping the front pinned to the floor. Aerodynamic splitter on the front there. Okay, catch and seal. These are some parts that are common with other cars in the Arrma range on there. Aero control. Okay, as I said, there's endless videos on here of this thing. Looks to be an absolute blast to drive at high speed. Very, very different in its handling nature, and I'm guessing from the Arrma Infraction. But as I said, there's quite a lot of commonality in terms of that chassis, the layout, the chassis itself. But the bodies obviously differ greatly, and you've got speedrun wheels on here, but I suspect they've probably got the same tyres on the two cars. Okay guys, well, they're not going to cover the electrics in much detail here because it doesn't come with any electrics. You've got a lot more things, and as I say, you've got a lot of things on the car which are kind of similar to other things in the range there. Easy access, easy maintenance. There's a lot more of the aero stuff on this site as well. Quick and easy motor mount, etc, etc. You will be familiar with quite a few of these parts. Adjustable body mounts front and rear. This is all fairly stock stuff on here, and a lot of these bits, guys, I'll leave you to flick through at your own pace on there. Anyway guys, what do we think? Arrma chassis, your ambition, limitless possibilities on there. I'm sure people are going to just push these things to absolutely stupid speeds in there. Now the only thing that might limit people's imagination at top speed with this car, guys, is the space from that motor mount to this front bulkhead is very limited, and you are not going to be able to do anything about that. So you're only going to have a motor of a certain size, so very long, like TP type motors won't fit in that space. That might not have been apparent to everyone immediately on there, guys, but that's the only limitation I could see about this car. Has that occurred to anyone else out there, guys? Do you have your comments below the video? Anyway guys, lots and lots and lots for you to take in on the Arrma Giga site here for the Arrma Limitless. As I say, we've got quite a bit of chassis commonality between it and the Arrma Infraction, which I've just done a video on, and that should be up by the time you're watching this one. So do go check out that, where you can see the commonalities and the differences between the two. Primarily, a lot of this is on the bodywork on the aero in terms of the speed and performance on the car, and the fact this is a roller and it's got no electrics. Anyway guys, hope you found that quick overview of the Arrma Limitless of use. If you did, please share freely. By all means, give it a thumbs up, and if you loved it, don't forget to subscribe. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.